Okay, let's go with this for the VOD for the podcast audio later on. Welcome to Chat of the Wild, special bonus episode. We are going to be talking about that new Ocarina of Time remake trailer. It's real. It's here. Technically, it is here. We've seen it. Something for it. I'm your host, Jeremy Harvey. Celeste Roberts is here. Hello, Celeste.
Good evening.
And also, so happy to have her back. You might remember her from our Skyward Sword season or our Tears of the Kingdom season. Tegan Somerset. Welcome back, Tegan.
Happy to be back.
She's the Pope. Hey. We'll be acknowledging the chat thing. I don't have it set up on here, but there you go. We're just going to be looking at this trailer. We've got things to say. I wish we had more to say. I wish we got more. We get to see a little boy. We get to see a boy in his hand glows, and that's all we really get. But let's take a look. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to hit play on this thing here. I'm not going to have any audio coming through on this, just so we don't get dinged on that or anything, because we know how Nintendo can be sometimes. But I want to start with you, Tegan, because you haven't been on here in a while, and you also said when I was streaming yesterday that you have concerns.
Yeah. I feel like I'm the only person in the world right now who has concerns.
No, you're not. You're not. I've been
good.
watching a lot of the
Thank
stuff.
God.
A lot of people are saying some things, but you go ahead.
I'm a little worried. So they said this is, so first of all, none of this is in engine, right? None of what we're seeing right now is in engine.
We don't,
because otherwise
they would have said
they would have put up, hey, this is an engine. So this feels very like HD video rendered specifically for the announcement trailer kind of thing. I don't think this is what it's fully going to look like on the Switch 2. Like, so we're gonna have to keep that in mind. But this child Link looks too small. And he kind of looks, and this is like something that I thought of when I watched it through like the second time, where I was like, the first time I was like, this is a little uncanny. I don't know how I feel about this. And then the second time I'm like, oh, it's because it looks like they tried to make Disney Peter Pan, but small. And it feels weird to me, you know?
The big concern that I hear people saying is that his head looks too big for his body. Making children in games has always been kind of weird. So yeah, I get that. I will also say, like, I've seen some kids with some big heads. It's not abnormal. But yeah, they're going for the hyper realistic the visuals for it this time around. We're not getting, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting any kind of cartoony, cel shaded style with it. So
we're like so divorced from what they did for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. And I feel like they really nailed that art style. So like seeing such a shift feels weird, you know?
Sure. Celeste, what are you thinking about this boy right now?
I was like, gosh, I've seen this art style before. And one of the Discords I'm in, I don't know if it was Hello Hyrules or Drunk Friend or the Polykill Network, but it reminds me of Hyrule Warriors. Well, I was hopping around all over the Discords yesterday. And I was like, oh, it does remind me of the Hyrule Warriors Link.
Yeah, it is like Hyrule Warriors Link struck down. It's also like a little bit like I saw someone say online that they reminded them of like the way that they animate humans in Shrek, and I was like, yeah, kinda, a little bit.
I'm gonna grab another tab real quick over here so I can
many tabs.
My cat is so excited she wants to leave this room.
Oh boy!
Gotta go tell everybody about the things.
Come on, go tell them, Luna. You go. Go tell them. Go tell them on the mountain.
Okay, if we're talking, I mean, you're talking Hyrule Warriors, you're talking about original Hyrule Warriors, right? Because
the one on Wii U.
Yeah. So
yeah, with our great Night Link and the scarf.
Yes. I could see that. I'm trying to pull up one of those trailers right now So yeah, let's see here. Let's see here. Hopefully that isn't terrible to look at. Oh, I just totally blocked it because that's how that works. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, I don't.
That's all right.
I see. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Sure, I'm I'm not bothered because I knew this was going to happen. I have some theories. One of which is being that Miyamoto is going to retire next year. And this is just sort of a
Oh.
sign of that. I think we had Star Fox, which was also Miyamoto's baby, that when they brought it back, they went with a hyper realistic style for it. And then we go and get this, which also is going to have a realistic style for it. And I think this is an ode to Miyamoto to be like, we want to make it look like what you wanted it to look like. And so they're remaking these things where he wanted Star Fox, he wanted him to look like real things. He wants everything to look realistic because as much as Miyamoto likes fun things, he actually doesn't like much whimsy. He likes fun toys. He does not like artistic styles. And so it is known that he hated the look of Wind Waker, but it was already too late for
That
them to
was going to
change
be my
anything.
question.
Yeah,
That was my question. How did he feel about Wind Waker?
he hated
Wind
it.
Waker's so good though.
It's so good.
Unfortunately, Wind Waker is great.
We could have had more of that. But I think that this is. I think we're gonna get Pikmin 5 announced near the end of this year, and that's gonna be his final game. But this is going to be sort of an ode to Miyamoto to take like these are the biggest things. Probably get some Mario thing too, but they're not going to go hyper realistic with Mario. For some reason, Miyamoto doesn't mind it when Miyamoto looks a little cartoony. But yeah, that's my thought. So I wasn't surprised by this at all when I saw that. I have other things I'm surprised by, like we'll get into some details. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
The outfit reminds me of the Twilight Princess outfit that Link has.
Yeah. When I saw this overall battle belt thing he's got going on, it really does feel like the kind of clothes that they have the kids in Ordon Village, just less kimono, you know?
Yes. Let's see, can I zoom in at all on this? No, I cannot. Not on that. All right.
No, but you can, if you advance the video a little bit, they kind of zoom in on it because we do get to see his hand.
Something has been brought up. People are asking about what's this thing over here?
Oh, that's his hat. That's got to be the hat.
I think it's the hat now. At first, I thought it was a satchel. But it being his
Good
hat
eyes.
actually is means so much more because there are like little beads on it and there's like designs. So we aren't just going to get a flat green cap. Hang on, let me see. What does She's the Pope say? And yeah, no, exactly.
You can read the whole thing out loud
sure,
since it's not on screen.
That's true. She's the Pope says, as much as it looks like what a pre-rendered cutscene would look like, I can't think of a time in the history of Zelda when a cutscene hasn't been indicative of exactly how the game will look. Apart from the anime bits of Link's Awakening remake, I was just about to interject with that. I'm scratching my head trying to remember a Zelda cutscene that wasn't in engine. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Ocarina of Time ended up different from the tech, Wind Waker actually. Wind Waker is very different from the tech demo that they did. That people thought the original, whatever Zelda at the GameCube was going to look like. I know they never said, but people did assume. So I think it's fair to say it's not the only one that has looked completely different from what was originally shown as Zelda content and then what ended up being Zelda content.
Sure. This is coming out this year though. So
yeah. And I don't know if the Switch can run. I don't know if the Switch 2 can run this. I'm being maybe docked,
30.
but not in handheld.
It'll be 30. It'll hit 30 mostly.
Yeah. Mostly.
That's that I have no problem with that. I think it depends on who's making it. Like if this is if this has been in development long enough that I don't think it's Grezzo, because people have been talking
Mm.
about this for a while, but it could still be Grezzo. And if it is Grezzo, yeah, you're right. It's not going to be running solid, silky smooth 60, probably not even solid 30. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't mind the look of it, and I'm excited to see more. Especially, there's a lot of weird characters in Ocarina of Time. So, what are they gonna go with on that? Like, there's a lot of characters that have heads that are half the size of their bodies, and they're just not even the monsters. They're just like normal people. Um, the narration had that font that's in all the Grezzo stuff. So, I would say this
Mhm.
is also the same as Hyrule Warriors, though. I could have sworn, like, in Age of Imprisonment, Age of Calamity, that this looks. When I first saw this, I thought maybe that's what this could be, was another thing. Like, my hope was this was going to be the start of the Zelda segment, and they were going to do all that. Um, yes, it also looks way more ambitious than anything they've ever done, for sure. I When you go from Echoes of Wisdom to this, it's like you wouldn't think that. The only reason I'm thinking that is because they're the only other developer that by name that we've been given that is an EOD team that has made a Zelda game outside of the Capcom teams before for those, but we don't even count those anymore because they brought all those people in anyway. And then also the team that did the Cadence of Hyrule. But that it's not going to be them making that.
Can we talk about the tapestry? Oh
Yeah,
my
no.
goodness.
Talk about the tapestry.
Oh my god, I love the
It's
tapestry.
it's beautiful. The second I saw it, I was like, okay, there's a castle. And Hyrule appeared pretty quickly. So I was like, ugh,
It was in the
ugh.
first sentence or the first
Yeah. I was like, ugh.
subtitled.
So
I feel like this section right here that's like front and center there on the, well, now it's changed, but on the other side with the Triforce in it, I feel like that's going to be a cross section of the Temple of Time with the Master Sword in it. You
mhm.
know,
Yeah,
that feels like
Yeah.
what the tapestry is
there's a
showing
it's a
in that
gate.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Which
go
is
ahead,
very
Celeste.
exciting.
You know how on Wind Waker, how they were telling the story with that
Mm-hmm.
artwork?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. I'm assuming like this is how they're going to be telling the story in this game with this beautiful medieval tapestry.
I wonder honestly because this may just not even be eh, like ideally a tapestry like this is going to be showing a lot of stuff. It'll be showing the story. We're gonna like we'll see an
Mm-hmm.
adult. Like I don't know. Is this a hand over here? Is that or no? Because that would have been because the Deku tree was over here on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's part of this like
There's some
castle thing, this like
rays.
swirly thing down there.
There's some rays, some spikes coming off of this over here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what was so? Is there the? But we see the Deku tree over here, and it looks a little different. And there's this thing. What is that? Because that's not over here. Oh
The
yes, it is.
smoke
Yes,
looks
it
like
is.
Death
Yes, it is.
Mountain.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
I think it's just like floof, you know?
It's like clouds. It's like nice clouds. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like nice clouds, it's like fancy bushes, you know? It's like the bordering encapsulating the story kind of thing. Not the actual border, because we see the actual border later, and it's full of Kokiri.
Right. At least on the top. So
Yeah.
yeah, when they
And I think we can see some of the Kokiri who we know and love, you
we see
know?
the stone guy who teaches
Mhm.
us how to pick things up.
Mhm.
Um, I
We see
did.
Mido.
Do we see Mido? I was like, is he
Sorry.
squatting
Yeah.
somewhere?
There he is. He's right above Link with the little dagger.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I'm always picturing him doing his like little squat pose.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
understand, but he's also the only one going, you can't go through without a sword.
That's true. Yes.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
you need a weapon to go see the Deku tree. Okay. Okay, kid. Relax. We're
She's
all
the
10.
she, Cheese the Pope has a cool comment. The tapestry makes me think that it's treating the original version of the game as how it's remembered in legend, but it leaves
Mhm.
it open for a total artistic reinterpretation in gameplay.
Mhm.
Brilliant. Yes. That's what I was thinking about.
Something
I
to
think
keep in
about Legend of
mind
Zelda.
is where was it? It said A Legend Reborn is what they originally said on here. So now they've changed it to where it says Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time will be reborn on Nintendo Switch 2. But it was the original thing on there. They've updated that said just said A Legend Reborn. So yeah, it'll be yeah. Do we want to get into that about? Are we done with the tapestry? I want to make sure we cover all the stuff with the
I
tapestry.
I want Nintendo to release this cross stitch pattern at like a year after the game comes out. I want the pattern for this so I can do it myself, you know?
Well,
I don't need a full kit. I want a cross stitch guide that I can purchase so I can do this myself. I understand this is like a woven thing, but you could do this cross stitch very easily.
you'll get a little one in the $200 collector's edition.
Oh my god. It'll be on a piece of paper. It won't even be cloth.
It's gonna be this nasty print on it or whatever. Yeah, I mean they wouldn't do that. Like you can go and pay someone
Yeah.
$700 on like Etsy that has a
Oh yeah.
automated loom or something like that that can get you something like that.
Great.
I wonder where this tapestry is being held. Is it in Hyrule Castle? Is it in a villager's house?
If it's a tapestry that exists in the game, that also makes me a little worried just as far as like are does that mean that this isn't actually a remake of the of Ocarina of Time, but this is a new Ocarina of Time to put in a second place on the timeline?
I just don't
And that's
do
gonna
not
be
do some Final Fantasy VII remake
that's
stuff here.
no, listen, that's gonna be extra annoying for me in particular.
So I'm hoping, and I think they're going to, is like we're gonna get new dialogue. It's gonna be rewritten for some certain things. They can
Mhm.
actually add things that make more sense to future games that reference this. Like there can be something that connects it better to Wind Waker, right? We can have something like that in here. So Tegan, I love how much you love the timeline, but I've always sort of scoffed at it because
I know.
I don't believe Nintendo cares.
I
Um
know. No one cares about the timeline the way that I care about the timeline, and that's that's understandable. Nintendo can be wrong about things. They're allowed. They're the boss.
I love that themes of the Lost Woods theme
Oh yeah,
play
we just get
throughout.
a little
Yeah,
bit
it's
there as
so
if it wasn't
good.
confirmed, like enough on like what this is. We just get Saria's song.
Mm.
Do we see other? Well, I'm assuming not because this trailer is focused on the Kokiri. We don't see any of the other races
No,
No.
in here, right? Okay.
no.
Mm-mm. We don't
So
see the other races. We don't see Zelda. We don't we don't see what the actual Triforce is being depicted as. We don't see anything.
I do want, when we get to it, my husband hasn't really played Zelda, but he did have an interesting point when we were talking about it. I mean, we can
Mm.
wait till we get there. It's more about Link's hand.
Oh yeah.
sure, yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll just jump ahead. We can just go right to that. That's fine. So we've got a glowing hand here, and then we do get a close up of his hand with the Triforce glowing on there.
Mm.
What you got, Celeste?
So, I was talking. My husband and I watched this part on our lunch break yesterday. We were both working from home, and immediately I saw. I didn't read a whole lot on the internet about what people's reactions are. I'm mostly kind of focused in the Discord groups I'm in, but I know that I think some people were freaking out because they're like, oh, this isn't when he gets the Triforce, blah 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 blah. And I was thinking, oh well, he maybe just always had it, and he didn't realize it until later. And then my husband said, well, he's asleep. He might not even be aware that this is happening. We're aware as the audience, but he's not aware.
Yeah, no, I saw
Mm.
this and immediately thought like, oh yeah, I mean there is we always sort of had the thing of like, oh, well, not always, not every game had it where we had to like physically collect the Triforce, but there are
Mhm.
certain times where suddenly it's just like the power awakens, right? We could just be changing that.
Mhm.
We never collect the Triforce in this. It just, we get to a point where suddenly it's like, you know, Link looks at his hand when he's like when like near Zelda, because she has it could even be a thing like uh his wasn't necessarily even awoken until Zelda activated her power near him, and then that's all it took, right? Because isn't that when it happens, like when he turns adult, Zelda does? Or I got to replay that game again. um
Um, wait. Which help describe it again,
When
Jeremy.
does
So I
when
can.
does Link in Ocarina of Time first look at his hand and have a Triforce on it?
Please forgive me if I'm wrong. I want to say it's with Ganondorf when Ganondorf holds up his hand. Zelda sees it on her own hand, the Triforce of Wisdom, and then Link realizes it on his hand. I don't think it's earlier than that. Someone in the chat is going to correct us, I'm sure.
Please do, please
If we're
do.
We
wrong.
It's
we
been a
first see it with Zelda when she is dropping her Sheik disguise. Um but I don't
yeah.
remember when we
Mm.
see it on Link. But Link's had like the courage within him the entire time. Like this isn't a proving ground for him the
As
way it is in like some of the other games.
as much as we wanted throughout the 90s and the 2000s to find the Triforce in Ocarina of Time, we never find the Triforce. Link at some point had the Triforce in his hand. It was just not awoken yet. So people like getting upset by this is like, yeah, this is the Triforce fairy at night while little boy Link is asleep, sprinkling little Triforce on him.
She has a
Um,
name. It's the goddess Hylia.
no, this is
I
a
put
different
on the
goddess. They
goddess's
don't talk
name.
about it. This is the goddess fairy. Okay. You have
Okay, yeah.
read it's in the little it's in the corner of one of the Hyrule Historias. Read a book, Tegan. No,
Oh my god, right? Yeah.
no,
She's the
but
Pope has a comment. If you want to read it,
um,
Jeremy.
it says but it's not revealed that he had it until the end of the game. Sure, yeah, because that's what I'm thinking too. Is
He
it's just
get
like
the first part is he
Ganondorf
gets the
does it?
Triforce of Courage when Ganondorf obtains it, which is correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Both parts. You gotta read both parts of the sentence.
I don't
Because
know.
it's not on screen. The VOD people won't know.
This is the same thing as the people that saw the clacker for the movie and were like, he's holding his sword in his right hand. This is an abomination.
Oh,
And it's like, oh my God, why are we still doing this?
I don't get up in arms about that. Maybe it's because I'm old. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Like, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play this game. It's Nintendo's gonna get my money.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
have a great
just
time with
gonna
this.
have fun. Yeah.
All right. Anything else? I've got speculations on stuff, so I always want to give either of you still the room to comment on whatever you have about the trailer.
Day one purchase.
Oh yeah, collector's edition.
is is this game going to be $80 minimum?
Yes. Physical, yes, it's gonna be $80. There's no way that this
I
is
don't
gonna be
like that.
cheaper than Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I don't like that. I understand. I don't like it, and I don't have to like it.
No.
I'll still get it, but like I'm gonna be mad about it. You know?
Ocarina of Time 3D was $30 when it came out. maybe
Ocarina of
maybe
Time
40.
for
Maybe
the
40. Oh,
Ocarina of Time for the GameCube was free if you bought Wind Waker.
well, I was
But
gonna say,
You know?
what
Go
was the
ahead,
original
Jeremy.
MSRP of Ocarina of Time when it came out on the N64? Because prices were
Oh,
crazy back then.
they
Yeah, that's true.
were. What? Well, do we think that there's going to be a special collector's edition of the Switch
Okay,
2?
I can put on my conspiracy hat right here.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they didn't give us a date is because when they do, retailers then open up pre-orders. They don't want to
Mm-hmm.
announce the collector's edition yet. They're waiting for that along with the Zelda Switch 2 SKU, the new Switch, a new version of the Switch 2 gold controllers, something like gold Joy-Cons with it, something like that. They're waiting for something closer to that. I believe we won't be getting this until after Splatoon Raiders comes out. This has just been their cadence for the last couple years.
Yeah.
They give their games room to breathe, and this game is going to come out on November 19th, the same day as Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, I thought you predicted that. Is that your birthday?
Yes, it is.
Terrifying. Amazing.
This wouldn't be the first time that a Zelda game, Twilight Princess, came out on my birthday as well. So, the Wii and Twilight Princess came out on my birthday. Wii U was the day
what a
before.
Great birthday.
I just happen to have that date that it like every 3 years, it's the like big holiday release date for things. So Nintendo tends to follow that a lot. So there's been a lot of like Metroid Prime, I think, came out on my birthday as well. So now that was another one I was hyped for. Anyway, yeah, so that's the thing I'm predicting is if you looked at their current calendar, Nintendo was November is blank. It's going to be it's going to come out in November, but I think we will get a let's see, cuz Splatoon Raiders comes out end of July. I think mid-August we will get a Zelda Direct, and they'll probably drop NSO stuff, probably put Twilight Princess on NSO.
The Pope is commenting on that.
Yeah.
There's a Zelda Direct later, themed console, game deep dive, movie trailer. Oh yeah.
I think Zelda Direct September, not August. They usually do a deep dive 1 to 2 months only before the release date. So I think release date announcement August with hey, we're doing a direct in September about it. They do the direct in September where they show some gameplay, not a ton. We get a look at Zelda, maybe Ganon. I think a set of Switch 2 Joy-Cons, but not necessarily a whole new console.
They got to move consoles.
But I do think
they got to move consoles.
Yeah, they do got to move consoles, but I think it's more likely that we're going to get specific Joy-Cons the way that they did with Skyward Sword. And then I think perhaps if this does well, Majora's Mask in the same style, and that's what gets the special edition console.
I'd love
that's
it.
What I think.
Another day one purchase for me.
I know, right?
So I do want to say something kind of cute. So my husband hasn't played this game, but he's familiar enough with some things. He's like, he watched the trailer again at dinner, and he noticed, they said there's a boy without a fairy. He goes, well, what about Navi? He has Navi. And I was like, well, do you want me to spoil this for you right now? Or are you going to play it? Or are you going to watch me play it? He goes, don't tell me. Don't spoil it for me. Oh, maybe I'm about to convert him to a Zelda player.
Okay, so yeah, we got a couple here. Prince Raglan says, what sort of weird novelty side mode are they going to graph onto it? Like Dampe's dungeons? I don't think so. I think we'll get more fleshed out mini games like the shooting galleries and the Bomb 2 bowling. I think they'll be adding more things onto that, so you'll be able to do more and get more on that. Because I believe we are going to have more gear in this game.
Can I tell you my Christmas wish list, which is not going to happen?
Go for it.
I would love either flashbacks or some kind of side quest where you get to experience the game as Sheik.
Oh,
it's not going to happen.
That's what I wanted so bad with Skyward Sword. Is I wanted Zelda's story. I wanted to play. I wanted a new game plus that you just do Zelda's thing where you're a pacifist run through the whole thing, but you go to these places and stuff like that.
Yeah, even if it's flashbacks, even if it's just while you were here, I was there. I don't know, something. I would love it. I would love it. I don't know if they're gonna do it that way.
Credits. I can see them doing that during the credits.
Oh, interesting.
Because that's what they did in Skyward Sword.
She's the Pope always wanted Sheik mode, Prince Raglan. I could absolutely see a Sheik mode with weird controls or something. I would love it.
I
Love
want them
it.
to add our Sage of Wind and our Sage of Earth in. That's my big ask. I want to see Fado and I want to see Rudo, like not Rudo, like the wind, the Earth Sage from, and the Wind Sage that show up in Wind
From
Waker.
Wind
I want to
Waker.
see the basics of those. They don't have to be. We don't need all new dungeons for them or anything like that, but I do want to see them. I want to see them. I want to see their names. You could do like a light escort mission maybe to get them to the place where they have to pray for the Master Sword. That'd be fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my only hope for this is one, we get like more outfits or something like that. I don't think they'll necessarily bring in the
Okay.
whole temperature and all that stuff in there, but when we look at Link's outfit here, it just is so different than what we had seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And I could just see that maybe we'd have a few extra things that we can add on to it, because he's got layers on here. He's got this thatch sort of under tunic, and then he's got this armor that has some of these swirls on it that are like reminiscent to the Kokiri Emerald, in my opinion, but also match the Forest Dweller's shield in Breath of the Wild. So there is that of just sort of being like, it's a forest style. They're doing it with that there. But I could see that maybe once he leaves here, they have a different outfit for him that he wears or something like that. Like, when he gets exiled from the town and everything. And maybe he goes off on an adventure. They treat it a little differently, a little more grandeur and like what he's doing. After he kills spoilers, after he kills the Deku tree, right? they kick him out.
Oh, hopefully, if you're here, you've played the original.
My God.
At least,
I
hopefully, if
spoiled
you're
the
here.
first hour of the game, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah.
I hope that visually, one thing that they do, which they did in Skyward Sword, and then they didn't do anywhere else, I don't think, is I hope that the further Link goes in this quest, the more just tired and like resolved he looks to like, okay, it's just one more dungeon, it's just one more thing. I hope they do that. Where like at the very beginning, it's like, okay, yeah, first adventure, let's go. And by the end of it, he's just like, okay, I just have to conquer this stupid castle and then I'm done.
Some more emotion from Link.
Yeah.
That is going to be something cool to see on his face, which Wind Waker has emotion and reactions on his face, but it'll be really cool to see it in these cutscenes. My favorite cutscene in Ocarina of Time is, and you can experience it as either child or adult Link, is when you open up the royal tomb and the lightning flashes across Link's face and see his blue eyes. It's gonna be a cool cutscene. If they make it a cutscene, I hope so.
I think if anyone in Hyrule, Raglan asked, does anyone in Hyrule allude to Terminate in the remake, do we think? And I think if we do that, it will be concrete evidence that they're going to remake Majora's Mask. I don't think they would do that and then not remake Majora's Mask. That would be cruel and unusual.
Oh gosh, or an after credits thing where
if this does set the world on fire, which it very well could, and move another 20 million Switch 2s, then yeah, absolutely. They're gonna want to keep going. This game has been rumored to be in development for years. So people have been talking about this, that Nintendo's working on an Ocarina of Time remake for at least like 4 years. It was like middle to the end of the Switch 1. And it just sort of, it got hotter and hotter as we got to this actual reveal, of course. But if they're doing this looks all original. This is all original art that they're doing, handcrafting the whole thing, and then hopefully going above and beyond that. You're talking about a 4 or 5 year dev cycle. Don't know if they could necessarily flip assets like they did with Majora's Mask on the Nintendo 64 here. but but possibly it would still be easier, right? It would still be, a 2-3 year dev cycle potentially. But
Yeah.
I would love it. Of course, I would love that.
Which temple or dungeon are you most looking forward to seeing? And which area of Hyrule are you most looking forward to seeing?
Under the Well.
Ooh.
Because that's where we first,
Oh,
that's
Dead
where
Hand.
it's just, yeah, that's where we see Dead Hand. That is where you get down there and there are just piles of bones, and there's just torture devices and all this stuff. I'm very interested in seeing like, okay, so this game will be rated T for teen. This isn't going to be an E10 game because this gets dark, and if they don't put some of those things in there, if we don't have the Shadow Temple, which also has very like dark gothic themes throughout the whole thing, and that's where I think we also have another one of the dead hands in there. Yeah, what are we doing, right?
I want to be scared. But I want to fear. I want to feel that fear that I felt leaving the Temple of Time when I was a child.
I think it's
Wallmaster's
still
gonna be
gonna be
crazy.
rated E. I think it's still gonna be rated E.
Twilight Princess was T.
Twilight Princess was T. And I think Twilight Princess could have done a lot more, but I think they're gonna keep Ocarina of Time E. And I do want to see. I am excited to see the Wind Temple upgrade V2. You know,
The wind temple.
it's the Forest Temple, but you get the Forest Medallion was like
Oh,
originally the
yes,
Wind
it was
Medallion.
originally
You
the Wind
know,
Medallion.
like
Oh,
that.
I was
She's talking Zelda
seriously,
beta
like,
here.
It's like God, yeah. Sorry, the Forest Temple. I want to see the Forest Temple, but like
oh, yeah, with the twisty hallway.
the twisty hallway will be great. I want to see the pose redone. Very excited about the
Yeah.
pose. I'm ready for the Ganon painting fight again.
Oh,
Imagine if all the paintings are
yes.
different too, like different parts of
Yes.
Hyrule.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Prince Raglan, Little Women, for real, for real. I'm there. I love it. Yeah, I was seriously, Tegan, when you were you were like the Wind Temple, I was like, oh my God, have I missed something in
No.
this game?
it was just me.
I was going through my head. I was
Forest-
like, "That's
Yeah.
Wind Waker again." What do you mean?
Yeah, the
I was-
Forest Temple Chamber in Ganon's castle was wind themed. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was a whole thing. I would like to see if we saw an actual wind temple. That would be sick too.
I
Added
am looking
temples
forward to
would
the
be
Spirit
cool.
Temple.
Yeah.
Spirit Temple.
Okay.
That's my favorite one. Gerudo. That's my favorite race in the whole Zelda
Twin
series.
Rova battle is
love
really
them.
cool, and to think like if they start to do like if we get ray tracing with because keep in mind the Switch 2, one of the things that's developed is that with it is that it actually does good ray tracing. It has its own version of it, but with ray tracing you get really cool lighting with it. And with Twin Rova, they're just like firing fire and ice at you, and there's sometimes where it's like, this was a problem with the N64 and like how you moved around. Sometimes you couldn't really like see where she was at, but you would see like the light, the color of like red coming at you all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
And that would be a really cool battle.
Prince Raglan. I cannot wait to see Avelle in 4K. Oh, yes, the pirate fortress in Majora's Mask. But yeah, that's where she gets the name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that's going to be cool. I'm just, yeah, I'm curious how
A dungeon for the light medallion would be so fun. You're so right.
Yeah, you have to do more than just pull out the Master Sword. You have to actually do something. Like you have to fight something. I'm curious what Hyrule Field is going to look like because it's so open. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to add more trees? Are they going to add?
Are we
The
going
grass
to
is going to sway.
I think we might be picking up materials.
Ooh.
Okay.
That will add
wanna
more
know.
things to do like in the field.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to know how you guys feel with remakes. So let's Hyrule Field, for instance, how open and kind of barren it is. are you going to want them to keep that but in an upgraded format, or do you want are you a purist, I should say, or do you want them to do things like you're saying, Jeremy, where they're going to add items? Like, is it going to offend you if it is not just an upgraded graphic situation? Some
I
people are.
I want to go in this game and not know what to do. Like, that's my biggest hope, is that when we go into these temples, I don't want to go into the forest temple and reflexively know exactly everything I'm supposed to be doing. You know, like, in the same with the field, like, I want to go out into there and I want it to just be like just something different, where I'm like, the first time I go in there, I'm not going to be like, well, I got to beeline into the castle, but if I don't make it, then we'll go to Kakariko Village. Like, that's the thing that always goes through my head every single time. It's just like, these are the things that I got to do here. I just don't want that. I want a new experience from this. That is my biggest hope. It will be my biggest disappointment. I can ignore all the visuals, like, even if it's like we look at Link and he looks kind of weird. I like weird anyway. Tingle's my favorite character. I'm sad that we probably won't see Tingle in here. There might be a picture of him somewhere, but Tingle was not a thing during Ocarina. But I want to go into here and it be a new game for me. It would be cool if there was like a retro version that you could get, that you could like select this thing and it reshuffles the dungeons to play like they originally did or something like that. But no, that's what I want. I want something new that just is its own thing, because I have no problem going back and replaying Ocarina of Time anytime.
I want to know. I had a thought and then it just vanished from my head. I'm so mad about that. Hang on, come back into my brain.
Tegan, what are you looking for? Do you want remake, like
no.
Final Fantasy remake?
Oh no, I re-got it. Okay, I got it. Will Link jump? Is there going to be a jump button, or am I going to have to walk along to a ledge and then auto jump? That's what I want to know. And I think that will tell us so much more about how this game is going to play than anything else. You know?
You know what I'm thinking of?
Can I hit B or A and just like boing the way I can in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, or is it only walk and then jump?
I'm picturing you going, Lord, I've seen what you've done for others. Can you do it for me?
So, okay.
I like what Prince Raglan said, though. Mask from the Happy Mask Salesman, that makes the graphics old school.
That could be cool.
That'd be fun.
Really wicked cool.
Do like Mario Odyssey, where you can get a skin that makes you all polygonal. Yeah, I mean, we're going from the N64 here, which, like, they had to do it where, like, they had to dedicate the up button to just always be like a Navi button. Although I guess no, it was Navi and then first person view, because you couldn't rotate a camera, right? You had the A and B buttons and you had the item buttons, but we also really only had access to two triggers. You had the Z trigger, which was exclusively for targeting, and then you could do the R for the shield. But when we're upgrading to this here now, it's like we have the stick for free movement on all of this. So we don't necessarily need a first person mode, or you can do it by like clicking in the right stick. But we have 4 different triggers that we're going to be doing on here as well. So these can easily be items, your shield, something like that. You're going to have some buttons on here. Yeah, there's going to be a jump button on this thing.
Oh, man.
Can I want that?
I just have a
problem.
thought.
I can't decide if I want that or not.
This isn't related so much to the game, but I thought this would be a sweet thing to share, and I want to hear if you guys had any sweet things. I took a walk after dinner yesterday in our neighborhood, and I called my mom just to see how she was doing, and I was like, "Hey, they're remaking Ocarina of Time. Do you remember that?" She goes, "Oh my God, that's all you would play. Do I remember that?" And no, she said it very sweetly, and then she asked me about it, and what are they doing? And I sent in our family group chat, I sent the trailer, and she was like, "That is so neat. It looks so cool." So shout out to my mom, who's probably not listening to this. I don't know if she knows what a podcast is, but she has always supported whatever my sisters and I are into, to the point where she'll ask us questions about it and shows a vested interest, even if she doesn't play video games. My dad still plays video games, so he's going to be asking me more pointed questions. But I'm curious if did anyone in your family or any of your, in real life friends comment on this with you guys?
I sent it to my brother, and he was just like, "I have bad service right now, so I can't watch this." But day one, and I was like, "Yep." And then I had a coworker this morning come out to me, and he was like, "You like Zelda, right?" Because I have like a Zelda wallpaper. I've got a little Zelda figure. I've got 2 Zelda figures at my desk. I got all that stuff, and I was like, "Yep."
Oh,
And he was like, "Did you hear they're remaking?" I was like, "Yep." And he was like, "Yeah, you probably knew already." I was like, "Yep." And the thing was, is as he was telling me that, I was listening to the Ocarina of Time 3D soundtrack on the Nintendo Music app.
oh, well, I love it whenever people pay attention like that. So your brother's also a Zelda fan?
Yes, his favorite is Wind Waker. Um, and he never really played any of the handheld ones because the Game Boy was mine. He wasn't allowed to play the Game Boy.
So are you the big brother?
I am the big brother, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, we played Wind Waker. We did the Game Boy Advance connection to the GameCube. We would take turns playing as Tingle on it and all that. We did 4 swords with each other through that. But yeah, the GameCube was a big deal for us. Yeah.
Cool. Tegan, what about you? Did anybody in your life react to this or talk to you about it?
All I got was my friends who are also Zelda nerds sending me just exclamation points, and that was it because we were all at work and none of us could do anything about it. We were all just sitting in office cubicles, sending each other faces of like, and that was it. That was the whole thing. Just like,
so
huh,
sweet.
huh. And I was like, I was like, we knew this was coming, right? And everyone was like, yeah, but I didn't think it would look like this. And that was basically it. And I found out one of my friends who is his like big cosplay achievement is cosplaying a very good Link to the Past Link. And
Pink
I was
hair
like,
and all?
yeah, exactly. And I was like, are you? And he's, are you going to? And he, like, before I could even get like the second part out, he just sent me, I'm already actively working on a remake of my Shield. And I was like,
Oh.
really? And he was like, yeah, it's Destiny. Now I just have to wait for a higher render. I'm stopping right now.
Right, we need just different
Awesome.
angles of his tunic here.
So this tunic is definitely like woven out of grass. I don't know if anybody wants to weave it out of grass, you know? But like the adult tunic, that might be more cosplayer friendly. I think it'll have a lot of accoutrement on it, you know?
Yeah.
But
I think that it looks like a potato sack. Like how some people
It does.
have
It
made
look
clothing
yeah,
out of
it's
potato
Yeah.
sacks.
yeah, it's that
So
thatch
in
weave.
real
Yeah.
yeah, in our world, if you're doing cosplay, you could always, do retro potato sack.
But
I've never done one before, but that's the thing.
sure, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Anything else? Like I feel like I have put my I've called my shot on a number of things there. Yeah, I'd be excited for whatever we're getting next, whatever big announcement we're going to have next for this.
Is there anything either of you hope they don't change? Not necessarily looks wise, but either a moment or a song, an action.
I hope they extend the amount of time it takes the Zora King to move out of the way. I hope they make it longer.
You are here for that boot scootin' boogie.
I think it's so funny every time that he's just like, hang on. Like that's all it is. I want it like, yeah, exactly. I want it like, it's like 10 extra seconds. Just a little extra annoying.
Jeremy's dance.
Yeah, yeah. I hope that Sheik's design, I know we like said some things earlier, but I'm not going to say it again now, just so I'm not spoiling anything. I hope that Sheik's design stays ambiguous. In terms of their gender.
Like gender neutral?
Yes. Because that was
androgynous.
Androgynous. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it stays that way because, limitations in 64, whether it was their intention or not, I remember back in the day, people arguing about that stuff and really like looking back on it and realizing there were a lot of people that were really angry about gender back then too, but they just didn't quite know it the same way that they know it now. And it was such a cool moment. And there are plenty of people out there that look at Sheik as somewhat of an icon in that way. And that may not
Mm-hmm.
be the thing now, because I think if you even look at like the Hyrule Warriors version, definitely more feminine body shape with the character, which is probably what they're going to do. But it was something that I've always thought was really cool back then, whether or not Nintendo knew what they were doing.
Oh, yeah, it's very Shakespearean when you think about it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
how many plays are there where, oh, I thought you were a lady, or oh, I thought you were a guy.
Yeah, She's a Pope points out Rudo straight up says Sheik was a hot guy. They saw because there was that was a thing that was it got in the Zelda universe or Zelda universe forums that I was in like middle school. There was a lot of arguments about the gender of Sheik and how they couldn't be a guy because of reasons, and I was just sort of like, magic, baby. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
I hope they make
absolutely.
Impa super buff. I
Oh
want Impa to be
yeah,
so
muscle
buff,
mommy Impa.
so strong. I want her to
Oh,
crush me in a bear hug, you know? But also
I
I want her to be fit.
oh yeah. I there is I work out in the morning, like before work. I do cardio one day, then strength training the next day in my house, and I am so inspired by these women who
Mhm.
are super. Look, I my cousin did one of those bikini. What is it, like powerlifting,
Yeah, mhm.
body
Body sculpting?
building? Yeah, she did it, and she said the first thing she did after she did it was she got a donut. She was like, "Oh no, this
Yeah.
diet is not sustainable." But man, she looked like she could crush a bear.
Mhm. I
I
also think the
want Impa to
Gerudo
do
should
that.
look buff
Yeah,
also,
absolutely.
you know? I want all the people who are decidedly warriors to look like they could like pick me up and throw me over a cliff, you know?
One of the best
I
things
feel like that's
about
ideal.
Age of Imprisonment is all the new Gerudos that we see, and all of them just look so
Oh,
cool, and they all have their own style with it and everything, and it's just like,
Mhm.
yes, I am so glad that we got that. That's so cool.
I
I
do
need
hope
to
they
play
keep a
that.
lot of that like individual style in the remake, you know? I don't want all the guards to look like copy paste same model. I want them to all to
Hmm.
be a little different.
I want the guards to all look the same. But everyone else, have
Oh,
all the guards
I
are
want the
cops, all the
Hylian guards.
cops,
Yeah.
all
I want the
Hylian
Hylian
guards.
guards to all match. I want the Gerudo to look all different, all unique
Yes.
individuals. But like one Hylian guard guy who's just like, you shouldn't be here, child, and that's it.
Yes. Um yeah, a gab. All guards are, yeah. So
well, they
yeah.
accept bribes and they make you get masks for their kids.
Yeah, they're not good. I mean, we know one of them has a kid, but like, so
Oh, no, no, oh my gosh, she's the Pope. Dying Hillian guard in the back alley is gonna be even more scarring.
Yeah.
hmm
It's gonna
there's
be
a lot.
good.
That's why I think it's going to be a teen game. Like, Twilight Princess only got the T rating because there is a scene where you are stabbed. Like, that is like the reason it got a teen rating. Um, but because it was a human like person stabbing another person. It was because it was actual like violence and not like cartoon violence. Um, this is going to have
Mm,
violence in it. This is going to have
oh, yeah.
human on human violence. Humanoid, on humanoid violence for sure.
Ooh,
So that's why I think
speaking
it's
of
gonna be a teen game.
violence, Jeremy, the flashback when we find out about the, Civil War, I hope they add
Oh, just an
animations and
actual
cutscenes to
scene, not
that.
just fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not just fire. I wanna see what happened, because as a kid, I don't know, like it didn't the gravity of it kind of escaped me. You know, I think I need it spelled out a little bit more. Now as an adult, I get it, but I want to see it. I want to see what happened.
Yeah, that was a cool thing that like it didn't pick up like the first few times as a kid when I was playing that game, and then when I like went back to it, I was just like, oh, like you are the child of sort of a refugee from a war that was abandoned here. Like, you know, there's like that kind of whole thing that goes along with it.
What caused the Civil War again?
They never go that far into it, but I mean, like, Tegan, do you have
Okay.
any info on that? I'm pretty sure they don't actually like explain that.
It's it's Ganon's ambitions to take over everything. Generic
He's
that,
evil and
you
mad
know?
and wants everything.
He wants I mean, technically I think he wants fertile land for the Gerudo because they live in the desert.
Sure.
But also the Gerudo are described in in the Ocarina of Time like booklet, that came with like the original stuff as like a war, like a pillaging people where they raid Hylian settlements and take stuff back. So like if we're going away, I'd like to distance like a little more from that. I'd like there to be more reasoning than just conquer
It's
land,
like
you
how we talk
know?
about Vikings, where it's like we only talk about Vikings as they pillaged lands, and it's
Right,
like there
exactly.
was so much
Exactly.
more to their history than that.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were just good
I'd like
at
to
it.
hear more
That's
about it.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything else? I don't know if we have time if we wanted to talk about anything else from that direct that we're excited about since we're here, but yeah, anything else
Hello
for Zelda?
Kitty.
The Hello Kitty party game?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I can
Day
switch
one
over
purchase.
to that the direct here. We let that run for a minute. I thought this was great. I know there's like I had seen a lot of people that were kind of upset with like what like how the the amount of content they showed for each thing. But oh yeah, Piku Niku too. Yes. She's Pope brings up Piku Niku too. Love Piku Niku. Um but yeah, we're gonna see the Rhythm Heaven is gonna get an RPG story game with it, something like that. So we're gonna have that with it. That's cool. Um this looks a lot like Ring Fit Adventure, but Ring Fit Adventure was fun.
It's hard. It's a good workout. Oh my
hmm
gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot of ports. Tegan, what systems do you have?
There's 17 ports.
Yes.
I have yes, I have systems. I have the Xbox One X. I have a PS5. I have a
Okay.
Switch. I have a Switch 2. I
So,
have a PC. I can play all these games.
and you probably have played the ones that you wanted to play already, right? Like, yeah, a lot of people were pointing out were just like, this is actually a good selling thing for the Switch 2. Like, right now, a Switch 2 is still going to be cheaper than a PS5 or an
hmm
Xbox. And so at least you can get this and you're going to be able to play a lot of games, especially like the new Capcom games that are coming out.
As long as they can reliably run it. As long as they can reliably run it, I think it'll be fine. Especially with Xbox and PlayStation starting to separate their catalogs again,
Yes.
and limiting the crossplay and the cross release of their games. You know, Nintendo will
Yes.
always be there to be like, okay, now that your game's been out for a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, we're happy to have it on our system. You know, as you move to your next gen or whatever.
Right.
Um,
I wish they
so that's
had.
fine.
They don't have chapters
I'm
on this one.
I'm surprised. The thing that surprised me most in this entire uh like presentation was that Nintendo got the new Kingdom Hearts 4 footage, not
Yeah.
PlayStation. You know? Orbitals looks great. This
Orbitals
looks
looks
so
amazing.
fun. Super
Like
excited. Looks cute.
the visual style
Um
is amazing.
mhm. It like having games that have a distinct art style now is so important, you know?
Yeah.
And I think this absolutely nails an underserved vibe specifically.
Yeah, there was this was cool. I'm excited for Big Walk, and it coming to Switch 2 is
Mm.
cool.
Mhm.
Cuz I don't
It
want
coming to
to
Switch 2 with cross save functionality is crazy good.
Yes.
That makes me happy.
Well, cross play, right?
Yeah, crossplay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's awesome. So this just means that whatever they're doing for Big Walk is I can play with whatever. I don't have PlayStation Online, and I don't want to get PlayStation Online. Like I'm fine just doing the Nintendo Online because I don't play a lot of online stuff. But if I can find a group of friends to do Big Walk with, that's gonna be so good.
Well, and if you can play with your friends with Steam, you know,
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be
You can do
cute.
Steam
This
as well. Yeah.
this looks super fun. I'm excited about
I'm
this.
I'm really excited to get in there and find some people to do that with.
Before they showed these little creatures, I thought it was going to be a walking simulator like Firewatch or
I
something.
mean,
Oh,
it
yeah.
technically is. It's like a getting lost simulator.
Yes.
But yeah, One Piece, Kairosoft making a One Piece game. That's cool. Kairosoft is a cool company. They make a
Makes
lot
me
of.
hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can rush through this though. Pocopia expansion.
I'm just teasing. I was just saying the food looks good.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Pocopia's delightful. Pocopia continues to delight, and I swear to God, the reason it's so good is because Game Freak isn't doing any of the
Because they're not
any of the
touching it.
development work on here. Yeah, exactly. Game Freak had nothing to do with this game except maybe providing the models to like build on. It's all the devs who did Dragon Quest Builders, and they are killing it. Genuinely.
We've got the new Fire Emblem. I'll wait till it comes out. The last Fire Emblem, I know it was different. I bought it. I have didn't play it once. I loved Three Houses. If this is better than as good or better than Three Houses, then cool. But I'll wait. What else? There's
There's one that looks really, I can't remember the title for it. I thought it was going to be a Castlevania or a Devil May Cry. It's this Gothic cathedral at night.
Duskblood?
I can't think of the name. Yeah.
So that's the next FromSoft game. But it's going to be a multiplayer like only game.
It's going to be a Switch exclusive too.
Launch, I think it's just
I have to play with other people.
Yeah, it seems that way. It seems like it's I think it's an 8-player PvPvE kind of game. So like the extraction shooters, where you're all in there, but you're all sort of like fighting each other too. I mean, there's Lords of the Fallen. That was also one that's like, although I heard the Lords of the Fallen just isn't that great. So. Liza P, Devil May Cry, yeah, all those ones. The Xenoblade stuff is cool. I'm excited. Just they announced the next Xenoblade game, and it comes out next year. That's all I need to know. I don't have any real feelings on how it looks. I just know that those Xenoblade games have been my favorite games, my favorite RPGs, and so yeah, bring on the next one.
I wonder if they're in space. I wonder if this is actually a space station and not like a real solid world.
I think because this looks like to be an inverted place, because at the end of the trailer you see the land going upwards.
Yeah.
I think this is Genesis, and I think there's going to be something that leads into the end of the world and then causes this whole thing to sort of collapse on itself, and then we get a big bang that then leads into the last Xenoblade trilogy.
I see. To me, this feels like they've done this a couple times in Gundam, where they're like, oh, humanity escaped the planet and now they live in these ring satellite worlds, and like I wonder if that's what this is, if it's just like a big tube,
it's a Halo
of where people it's like a Halo kind of thing.
It's possible. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm excited about it. You don't need to tell me anything other than Monolith Soft has a new RPG coming out next year. Sold. Because yeah, this looks a lot more like, and I'm not saying like anime because of the characters, but it looks like this could be based on an actual anime. Where the other stuff kind of had the other stuff looked more video game. Yeah, it's not even like, because as I'm saying that, I almost feel like it's downgrading what the visuals are. It looks great. Wii Sports Resort, or sorry, Nintendo Switch Sports Resort.
I'm gonna get Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. This is gonna be cute.
I barely played Nintendo Switch Sports because the bowling
also
I thought was broken.
I also barely played Nintendo Switch Sports, but it is a good one to just like have around, you know?
Sure.
I
Uh,
love what is it? Clubhouse games.
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Clubhouse Games is still a good game.
What was it? There was this here. There's a RuneScape game that people are saying looks bad, but I'm like, this looks all right to me. This looks like it could be a fun co-op RPG adventure. I don't know. I think it looks all right. Let's see when it comes out. But yeah, I don't know. Here is your Hello Kitty party game, Celeste. Coming up here in a second.
I also didn't know that Sanrio had over 140 characters.
Oh
Oh my
yeah, there are
goodness.
so many Sanrio characters.
Because there's like almost like spin-offs of it, right? Like some of them just like are
Mm-hmm.
you find out later that technically that's a Sanrio character.
Mm-hmm.
Star Fox demo, that's cool. I
I've
did
never played a Star Fox game. This might be the first one.
I just canceled my
I
pre-order.
have great news. If you played this Star Fox game, you've played Star Fox 64.
You played Star Fox 64 and 64 3D and
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah.
This is like
So
the quintessential Star Fox.
if this is how they're starting over with the series, that's cool. Final Fantasy Resonance. At first, I was just like, we're getting a new Final Fantasy turn-based RPG, and then I come to find that that this was a mobile game, or like based on a mobile game. But like, if it's still a turn-based RPG with a cool story, that's cool.
Mhm.
Lots
I
of
like that there are
RPGs.
other ways to play the mobile versions of games. I think that's
Mhm.
important. You know, especially from like a preservation standpoint.
Absolutely, and there's plenty of them that look amazing. Where it's like, yeah, put it on a bigger screen. Pikuniku
Mm.
2, I was almost just sad that or did I skip ahead? This thing it's doing both of the direct and the treehouse, so I want to go back to Pikuniku. Have either of you played Pikuniku?
No, I haven't, but it
I
looks
haven't heard
cute.
of it
It's like
until this
$3 right
direct.
now. It's a 2D puzzle platformer that's just really silly. You can do it technically like co-op, but you don't have to. It's just like it's very generous about like what you're doing, but it's really silly writing. It's very just like these visuals, you can tell it's just like really almost like um I don't know how to describe it. Real basic shapes kind of thing, but in a really fun way.
Mhm.
New Dragon Quest monsters. Cool that that's still going.
It is the first Dragon Quest game since Akira Toriyama's death. So
Right. Well,
some of these monster designs are very not Akira Toriyama like vibe,
yeah.
but hopefully they get that reorganized, you know?
There's got to be a way to move on. Not saying we have to do it right away.
Excuse me.
I love Toriyama. I love Dragon Ball. Love Dragon Quest. But we can't just always the series can't be just his art style. Like it needs to
Mhm.
evolve from it eventually. But
Mhm.
yeah, Duskbloods. Then we got a good chunk of Splatoon Raiders. You excited about this, Tegan?
Oh yeah. I'm taking off work for Splatoon Raiders.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm playing that. I'm playing that day 1. I'm playing that. I'm going to beat the whole game day 1.
Are you sad there's
Probably
not
Oh,
going to be an
not, but you
online?
know.
But
No, I'm not really. I'm actually really excited for a solo experience.
okay.
I really enjoy the single player modes, and I always want like more of that kind of like expansion, and I'm really excited that like this is going to give us more interaction with the idol characters
Mm-hmm.
from the game. This is going to give us more like world stuff about what's going on, which is always fun. So I'm really excited about this. And then I'm hoping at the end of this direct that they're going to do for Splatoon Raiders at the end of the month that they're also going to announce Splatoon 4.
Yeah, it's likely. Or do you feel like Splatoon 3 has done all it can really do?
They already had the final fest for it, the final
Okay.
like Splatfest. Team Past won. It was which is the most important, the past, the present, or the future.
Okay.
And Team Past won, and that means so like the last final, whatever the final Splatfest is in the game, the final one, whatever they call the final one, that determines the direction for the next game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm interested to see what that direction is going to mean, you know?
Honestly, it'd be pretty cool if they went and did retro fashion because
Right.
they always do more modern fashion with Splatoon, but it'd actually be
Mhm.
pretty cool if they went with a retro fashion.
Yeah, like a super retro style. It could be really cool. It could be really sick.
Yeah.
But we it's been over a year since, like a little bit over a year since the final fest from Splatoon 3, so I would expect around now is when we're getting information on Splatoon 4, and that they're doing a special Splatoon Raiders Splatfest tells me that like that's actually going to be the last new content we get for this game, and then they're gonna move on to like the next one. So I expect like maybe a little tease, probably not like a split, no like banner or anything, but like something that tells us like, hey, there's gonna be more Splatoon news like later, you know?
Okay. Yeah, and then Deltarune, next chapter coming up. That's cool for Deltarune fans. Uh
Deltarune's fun. Deltarune's
it's
cute.
I never Undertale didn't click with me.
That's
But
fair.
yeah, it didn't. I never thought it looked bad. Just for whatever reason, I just didn't fall in love with it. Now I never finished it.
Mm.
I played for like I don't know, like 3 hours or so, and I was just like, I'm just not feeling this. But um, cool that it's going. I know there's a big fan base for it. Metaphor Refatazio, actually another game I put in like 20 hours, and then after like a 30-minute cutscene, I was just like, I'm done with this game. Actually,
Yeah, if you don't like Persona games, you're not going to
I
like
think Metaphor,
Metaphor.
yeah, Metaphor made me realize I don't like the Persona games. I
Mm-mm.
like to be able to like sort of freely move around in my games and like really just go and explore and walk around stuff. And most of
Mm-hmm.
the Persona games, you can't really do that. Some of them let you do run around, but they're always just like, there are 3 places for you to go. Pick one of them right now. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then Metaphor was the same way, except Metaphor even had it worse because you would just bring up a map of being like, select this place that you want to go to, and we'll just sit there
Mm-hmm.
and watch a cutscene. Minecraft native Switch 2 version with ray tracing and all that, so that's cool. And then we got a sizzle reel with some other stuff on there. Tales of which one was it? There's a Tales game that has not been available since the PSP is coming to Switch 2. So or coming to everything, but which one was it? I'm actually super excited for this one, even though I can't remember the name of it. I just can't get through here, right? Just gonna have to watch the sizzle reel go, I guess. One of the Tales games, a retro Tales games. Really excited that that one's getting re-released again. It has much simpler graphics. I think it'll show up here after DayZ, I believe. Weird DayZ is still relevant. That was from like 2017 or something like that originally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard that name in a while.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Metal Gear Solid. My favorite thing is watching people on Twitter go, Metal Gear Solid predicted this.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Cool. Tomb Raider. They're going to continue that, so we'll get the Shadow of the Tomb Raider as well. Tales of Eternia. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was. I don't know if it was originally a PSP game, but I think the last time that was ever for sale was PSP, and I don't even think it came to the US, if I'm remembering correctly.
Mm.
So a new Tales game for a lot of people. That's cool. Then with Kingdom Hearts, they're all 3 are coming natively to Switch 2. No streaming on it. That's awesome. Not awesome that they're doing some AI art for their box art.
It looks like it's just for the Western version of the box art too, which
Yeah,
is wild.
like they Square Enix is known for putting out some of the best like art for these things, like the 2D art, and then they went and did AI stuff for it. Like, what are you doing?
Who knows?
Kingdom Hearts 4, we got a trailer for that, but it just really looked more like an extended version of the trailer that we saw like 4 years ago.
Yeah, it
Same
is
place.
extended, and it's got a little bit of the combat in it,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting because that didn't exist before. So, and Nintendo got it, not State of Play.
Yeah.
Even though it's a Square Enix title, so you know,
this is where we're at now. But yeah, then we finished with Zelda, and yeah, that's it. So I thought it was a great direct. I thought it was really cool, all the RPGs. I thought the third party support is actually really cool. Like I can understand people being like, oh, I've played this game, I played this game, I played this game, but like there are so many people out there that have not, that like Switch is their main thing. They're like, we're talking about, we're at year 9 of Switch 1 now, and for a lot of people growing up, like there's like teenagers going into adults that like the Switch was their system, right? And maybe they're just excited about the Switch too. They're excited for a new Zelda, they're excited for a new Animal Crossing, new Splatoon. I know Splatoon
also
is huge with younger people.
Something else to consider is also that as the prices of all the other consoles go up by $100 or $200 a pop, as the pieces parts get harder and harder to get, Switch is raising their price by $50, which is not great, but it's way more cost effective than $200.
They're also including a game right now. Like in the US, if you buy it, you can pick one of 3 games for it. So it's like it's still going to be a better deal, and you're going to have plenty of content for years to come. And if you didn't have a Switch beforehand, you have a huge library of games to play on there. So I thought this was great for, really marking out the rest of the year for the Switch 2. And I loved it. I thought this was a fantastic direct. Okay.
Happy with it. I mean, I was more interested in like the very end. Like I kept holding my breath.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on my work computer, and I'm just seeing that, and I'm like, oh, like covering my face, just like trying to hide my excitement with a lot of that stuff.
I was sitting in my cubicle, and I was just like, I'm really glad there's no one in the office today, because I'm sure I'm making some kind of face.
Yeah, exactly.
And I went into the direct going, okay, they're probably gonna announce the Breath of the Wild or the Ocarina of Time remake. I've already played Ocarina of Time. I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna get it this time. And then they showed me what it might look like, and I went, I might pick up Ocarina of Time again.
Yep.
What a goof. What a fool I am.
We will be covering that game for sure. We've talked about that behind the scenes, but yeah, we'll be we're gonna have to see the way things work out. We may have to pivot at some point to make time for it and make it work on our schedule. But yeah, we'll be doing a season for Ocarina of Time remake, and I guess we'll need to see if this is just a visual remake. If it is just a visual remake, then we'll be doing the DX version and all that stuff, and we can just sort of talk about Ocarina of Time in general and using that as one of the versions. But if this is a full true remake, then that's going to be a brand new season. That'll be a game we have not covered.
Yeah, I think it's a full true from the ground up.
I'm hoping
remake.
I'm hoping. I don't care what they change on it. I really don't. Like, I don't care if it actually ends up being a worse game. If it's a different, that's what I want. Like, I just want you're going to give me a new Zelda. Cool. That's all I want.
I hope it doesn't end up with its own place on the timeline. I'm so stressed about it. I know no one cares. I understand no one cares about the timeline the way I care about the timeline, but I'm very worried that it's going to be like this second version of Ocarina of Time is what leads into Breath of the Wild, not any of the other ones. And it's just like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. Anyway. I don't know if it's worse if they replace the original Ocarina of Time or if they make it a second loop on the system. I don't know what's worse. I'll figure it out. I'll know by playing.
We'll know in like a couple months. We'll get another trailer
Yeah.
for this. We know that this exists, and we know we're going to get more trailers. And eventually we're going to get the game in less than 6 months. How exciting is that?
That's
Oh.
very exciting. A little
Okay,
nerve-wracking.
I guess I'll play Ocarina of Time, Jeremy. I guess. God, it's only one of my favorite games. I mean, twisted my arm there.
All right. Anything else? Otherwise, we will wrap up this stream.
Thanks everyone who joined the chat, joined
Absolutely.
watching. We really appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out of your Wednesday night or whatever time it is where you are in the world.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you, Tegan, for making time to come back on to Chat of the Wild. Always so good to have you on
happy
here.
to pop by.
Let's get the Donkey Kong stuff off of here. What is this? There we go. Let's get our little boy on there.
Let's get our little boy. Let's get our son. Let's get our child with his weird hat.
There we go.
Is the hat an allusion to the little guys? Who knows?
The Minish?
Yeah, the Minish.
The Minish will
Is that why
say
it's got
that.
patterning on it now?
It'd be cool if the Minish were in here. It'd be cool if they just like put a bunch of the stuff
if the Minish were in
right?
here.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you all for watching. If you're checking this out later, thank you for listening. Be sure to if you're listening on Spotify, go in the comments. Tell us what your favorite thing is about this direct. If you're watching this on YouTube later, comment. Let us know. And in the meantime, we will be back next Wednesday with a new episode of Chat of the Wild, which we are covering Majora's Mask. It's been a lot of fun. Can't wait for you to see the adventures that myself, Celeste, and Peter going on. All right. Thank you, Celeste, and thank you, Tegan.
Thanks everybody. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.